Hello Anneke, thank you so much for being with us today and welcome to Tonalités de Femmes. Please, could you describe the city where you live in Germany?
I live in Dortmund in Germany. It is a very ugly city and a very nice city because it's quite green. It's in one of the most industrialized areas in Europe, and it changed a lot to better the last 20-25 years because the industry is disappearing.
Anneke, you met your wife Brigitte 7 years ago, and this year you gave birth to a little baby girl, Tessa. Where did you and Brigitte meet? Why did you decide to marry, and how was your wedding?
We met in Amsterdam. I was in Amsterdam with a journalist exchange, and actually I was visiting a friend, and one evening he didn't have any time. I went out and I met my Brigitte, who is actually my wife. We got married in 2007 because we knew we wanted to have children and we wanted to have the best position administratively and juridically for the child. So that's why we got married. But finally Tessa lasted some time to arrive.
Could you tell us about your maternity experience from finding a donor to giving birth in less than 6 hours?
Tessa lasted about 5 years to come actually, because it took us almost 4 years to find somebody to participate, because as two women we needed someone else with a little donation to help us. And we had very clear ideas. We didn't want anonymous. We wanted somebody who Tessa, our baby, could know when she is growing up. So it had to be somebody who was prepared to say, okay, I'm your father, but who at the same time didn't want to interfere too much in our life. And that's quite difficult to find. But we did, thanks to an idea of my mother, because I had asked several friends I could imagine to let them participate so much in our life. But they said no, because they had several reasons to say no. Somebody said, I want to have children, but I want to raise them myself. Others said, I don't want to have any children, and I don't want to have the responsibility. Others said, okay, I would like to, but I'm frightened of the emotions I could get later, and then I want to interfere too much in your life. So it was a quite interesting time, difficult as well. Finally we found somebody, thanks to my mother. That's very funny, because I was quite disappointed and almost at the point to stop when she said, hey, and did you ask him? And he is one of the best friends of my brother. And I said, no, I didn't think about him. That's a good idea. So I asked my brother to ask him. He did, and he said, okay, it's okay. So we met, my brother, his girlfriend, and me with my wife and him. Talked about that, and it was quite easily, there was a click. It was very good, and up to now it is very nice. When I finally was pregnant, it got very good. The whole pregnancy was perfect without any problems, and the delivery as well. We planned to go to the hospital, but Tessa didn't give us the time. She came at home in less than 6 hours, because, I don't know, it just went perfectly. Giving birth to a baby is horrible. It's very, very, very painful. And it was to me as well, even having a very good and fast delivery. Birth preparation by hypnotherapy, the idea is that during the delivery you don't get in the vicious circle of, ow, it hurts, you get cramped because you get contracted, and then it hurts more. So you get in a very vicious circle. When I was delivering, I noticed, oh, it hurts, but my subconscious knew, yeah, that's right, it has to be like this, it's okay. So there was no alarm going off. And so I was able to relax, even having that painful delivery. And finally the baby came very fast. My midwife was very surprised. Afterwards she said, when I saw you giving birth, I thought by myself, that's the way I want to be delivering as well. And I think that's a very nice comment of my midwife afterwards. But the point is, you don't get in the vicious circle. So it's something I can really recommend to everybody to do this. It's just 3 or 4 sessions, and it's just something to fight your fear, to not to get frightened, just to accept that it hurts, to accept that it's part of nature, and to be able to believe in yourself and know that everything is okay, that your body is able to do it, that your body is able to manage the delivery. And actually it worked.
Anneke, you are a truly European woman. Which country do you think is the most open-minded on homosexual parents couples?
Difficult, because Holland has a very good fame, and I think the fame is true in the big cities. But the difference between the big cities and the countryside is very big, in Holland as in Germany. Actually, I personally don't feel much difference between my home city, hometown Dortmund in Germany, or other cities like Cologne in Germany and Amsterdam. I can live my life perfectly, and on my work or within my personal environment, everybody knows. I never hide it. But I think when I would go to the countryside, there might be more people who are not so used to it. Yeah, I feel quite good in Amsterdam because the people I met in Amsterdam are very international, are very cosmopolitan. So it's difficult to find somebody who can't who can't handle it, who doesn't know how to do. But anyway, in my hometown Dortmund, which is not so cosmopolitan, I don't find problems as well, neither.
And finally, Anneke, please could you sing for us Tessa's favorite lullaby or song?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate singing. I'm very ashamed of singing. It's something I would like to do very much. I still don't know which is her favorite, but I always sing for her when she goes to bed. I sing a German lullaby. It's Guten Abend, Gute Nacht. It's Guten Abend, Gute Nacht. Mit Rosen bedacht, mit Näglein besteckt, schlüpfe unter die Deck. Morgen früh, wenn Gott will, wirst du wieder geweckt. Morgen früh, wenn Gott will, wirst du wieder geweckt.
Beautiful!
Okay, it's got a second refrain, but I won't do it. You're very great, you got this from me.
Yeah,
you're
thank
very
you
good
so
interviewer.
much. Thank you very much, Anneke.
Yes, I'm a bit shy with singing, so...
Thank you very much, Anneke. Bye-bye.
Bye.